In this video, we're going to go over factoring polynomials with degree 2. This is the first of many videos that will be released on factoring. So we are going to start off with the first question here. So the first thing you want to make sure when you are trying to find the factored form of an equation is if there's a greatest common factor between the numbers and the coefficients. So here, our numbers are 3 and 12. So what would be the greatest common factor of 3 and 12? In this case, it would just be 3. So that means that we're going to divide each of these terms here, this term over here, and this term over here, by 3. So if I do 3x squared divided by 3, all I'm doing is just 3 divided by 3, which is 1, and I'm just left with my x squared term. Then I'm going to do negative 12 divided by 3, and that's just negative 4. So now I'm going to put 1x squared and the negative 4 together to make an equation. Now remember, we factored out this 3 here. So anytime you find the greatest common factor, you're basically finding a number to factor out. So we are going to throw some brackets around the 1x squared minus 4 and stick our greatest common factor in front. So that when we multiply 3 times 1x squared, we get 3x squared. And if we multiply 3 times negative 4, we get negative 12, which is our original equation. So let's take a look at another problem here. Here we have x squared put plus 8x minus 9. Our first step, again, is to find the greatest common factor between the coefficients and the terms. So here our terms are 1. Remember there's an invisible 1 over here. So 1, 8, and 9. The greatest common factor of 1, 8, and 9 is just 1. So that doesn't really help us. But notice that this is in the form, this equation here is in the form ax squared plus bx plus c. Now this is going to be useful for us. We know that a in this equation is 1, b in this equation is 8, and c in this equation is negative 9. So what I'm going to do is multiply a and c together. So in this case, it would be 1 times negative 9, which is just negative 9. And then I'm going to take my b, which is 8. Now I'm going to ask myself, what two numbers multiplied together will give me negative 9, but those exact two numbers, when added together, will give me positive 8. So what two numbers, when multiplied together, will give me negative 9, but those exact two numbers will give me positive 8. So those two numbers would be negative 1 and 9, because negative 1 times 9 is negative 9, and negative 1 plus 8 plus 9 is positive 8. So now all I have to do is just write my equation. So now that I know that I have negative 1 and 9, my factored form would be x minus 1 and x plus 9.